Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Monday, the 2nd of December. Somebody made a wonderful suggestion that we use Luke as an Advent calendar this year. So instead of opening a little window on a piece of paper, each day in Advent we open the next chapter of Luke. We also have the advantage that this year, the 1st of December was the first Sunday and the first day of Advent. So we just follow the days of December. Today, the 2nd of December, we read the second chapter of Luke. And through the next couple of weeks, I will be using that for the Midday Mull. So today we read the second chapter of Luke, which has the story of his birth, which will be picked up again in a couple of weeks' time, closer to Christmas. But the story continues that the family took him to Jerusalem, and there were two people. We're introduced in verse 25. There was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was on him. And as they bring Jesus to the temple, he sees Jesus and goes and prays over him. And we have the passage which in traditional churches is called the Nunc Dimittis. Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you now dismiss your servant in peace. And he looks at what Jesus will do. He says, I've seen your salvation in Jesus. And then a little later in verse 36, we're told there was also a prophet Anna, the daughter of Penuel of the tribe of Asher. She was very old and had lived with her husband for 7 years after her marriage and was a widow until she was 84. And as she sees the baby Jesus, she gives thanks to God and speaks about the child to everyone that was there. And Joseph and Mary hear this, and we're told Mary treasures this up in her heart. And as I read that, I thought, here are these two people who we know about 2,000 years later, and we have the Nunc Dimittis as part of our liturgy, and they have become so much part of the Christmas story. And yet, in actual fact, we know very little about them. This is all that we know, what we read in Luke. And it made me realize and just reminded me that God so often works with the little people. These weren't the high priests and the people of great renown. These weren't the kind of people that populate the pages of history books, those people that do great things and have great roles and have great importance and whose every word is hung on by the people. Those aren't what Simeon and Anna are like. They are quiet, obscure, almost one could say nobody people, like most of us are. We do not have major roles in the pages of history, but God worked through them, and he can work through us as well. And so for me, that was just a wonderful encouragement to suddenly glimpse this and think, here are these people, and God used them. And to say to God, in whatever way it is, sort of use me as well. That as I wait on you, as I walk with you, as I ask you to fill me with your Spirit, work through me and touch the hearts and lives of people round about me, in great ways or in small, little, almost insignificant ways. I really don't mind, because God, it's all about you. So be encouraged that God can work through people like us. What a wonderful God we serve. Be blessed.